In this video, we'll be exploring a small part of Lithuania as we begin our tour from Lithuania to Norway. Our journey starts in my hometown, and if all goes to plan, we'll end nearly 3,000 kilometers later in Stavanger, Norway. What's happening?
We are getting ready for our next tour, which, feels like yesterday we just finished the last one.
Yeah, here we go. It's really weird. It feels really weird. And I've never cycled in Utena before, and we're starting from Utena, my hometown. So I don't know, I feel extra nervous.
Yeah,
don't know why.
I don't know what to expect at all. A little bit nervous too. Even though it's like everything's much more developed and kind of functioning than where we've just come from, it's still nerve-wracking. Plus we have less stuff stuffed into 2 panniers as opposed to 4. So everything's a little bit more like all over the place and doesn't have its own place yet. So it'll take a bit of time to get used to, but
we'll figure it out.
It's a nice day, at least. It's quite cold still, but at least it's sunny.
Yep.
So pack up and go.
That's it. After a couple of weeks of rest in Lithuania, we said goodbye to my parents and began the final chapter of our nearly 2-year adventure. If you're wondering how we ended up cycling across Europe after spending so long in Latin America, you're not alone. The original plan was to finish our travels in Peru, but when my brother announced his wedding, we decided to return to Europe a little earlier than expected. That left us with 6 weeks before starting our new life in Madrid. Cycling from Lithuania to Norway had actually been on our bucket list long before we left for Latin America. So this felt like the perfect opportunity to finally make it happen. So this is my hometown, Utena, and this is a very beautiful lake, Kupiškis lake. They got a fountain on sometimes here. It's amazing. Every single time I come to Utena, it just feels like everything's changing. Like there are new things every single day. Well, not day, every time I come. And it's nice to see this change, so it's very quite cool to be able to start this cycle tour from my hometown, where I've never cycled before, believe it or not. So and there are loads of cycle paths here, nice to see it changing and developing. And also in Lithuania you have to wear these high-vis vests when you're cycling on the road, so my parents got us some this morning. Check this out.
Trendy,
very trendy. And see how everything goes today. The weather's good. I love the bicycle paths here, amazing. Utena lies in the heart of Lithuanian Lake District, a region formed during the last ice age and known for its dense concentration of lakes and forests. Utena is well known for its beer and textiles, and for having some of the most scenic countryside in Lithuania.
Lithuanian Alps, here we come!
It didn't take long before we left the city behind and found ourselves surrounded by nature. What we hadn't expected was a relentless headwind waiting for us. It might not look too bad on camera, but with 117 kilometers to cover on our first day back in the saddle, it made for a tough start. Still, it felt great to be back on the bikes. We spent the morning spotting storks, Lithuania's national bird, passing countless lakes, beautiful wooden houses, and stretches of stunning forests.
Busy.
Windy.
Windy.
We were particularly excited when we found a bus stop for lunch. That probably sounds strange, but after cycling across Latin America, where they were surprisingly rare, it felt like a luxury.
Our goodie bag, as you can see, there's a lot of nuts in here. Got some Lithuanian Delicacy Šakotis, which is like a kind of eggy. How do you describe that? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's very eggy. It's like a Christmas tree cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually comes in that shape.
Christmas tree cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sweeties. Of course, some Ukrainian sweets supporting the cause. And some yogurts and some surelis, of course. Surelis, Lithuanian sweetie. It's like kind of like leche, like milk inside, and
yeah, it's like sweet cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese, that's what I'm looking for.
Cottage cheese with like chocolate and stuff like that.
Sandwiches, and there should be salmon in here, so a good lunch.
We got a few different sorali here. With blueberries, with jelly, Steve's favorite with almonds, my favorite with raspberries and white chocolate. So yeah, pretty good selection here. We are in the highlands of Lithuania, or it's also known as Aukštaitija. So at the moment we are 125 meters above sea level. Yeah, pretty hard going. Yeah, it is quite hilly here. It's kind of very undulating, but nothing like what we had in South America, obviously. I might be slightly biased, but to me, Lithuanian churches are some of the most beautiful buildings in the world. Even the smallest villages seem to have an impressive church at their center. Where are we?
We are at Kupiškis church in this small town, Kupiškis.
Yeah, it's really quite pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really nice, a neo-Gothic kind of style. And we actually learnt that it was made into a field hospital by the Germans in World War I, and it was subsequently shelled and bombed by Russians. So yeah, a little bit of history there of this otherwise quiet kind of ghost town in a way.
Yeah.
Not much going on here, but yeah, interesting.
Very pretty though.
Yeah,
I like this town.
So we're here in the metropolis of Kupiškis. We stopped at this little car park where we actually came a few days ago for a walk with Viva and her parents, and it was really nice. So we decided to stop here and get a coffee from the machine. But just cycling through these Lithuanian towns, it always strikes me how quiet everywhere is here. Like there's just hardly any people anywhere. I know the population of the country's kind of declined a lot in the last kind of 20 years or so, but it really shows when you're cycling through the countryside here, like there's not many people. A lot of places just seem empty and like not much going on, but yeah, really pretty, really lots of nice little places and well worth visiting.
This is a great thing in Lithuania. Some of these places, kind of touristy places, they have coffee machines and you can just get coffee in the middle of nowhere, really. The weather was kind to us, the roads were quiet, and the drivers were incredibly considerate. It felt strange to be cycling in Europe again. Everything felt familiar and unfamiliar at the same time. SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants. No, but really, like, who built this here? Super random. What's happening?
We are in the Lithuanian farm, literally for the last probably 50 kilometers. It's been pure farmland.
Yeah, like fields and fields and fields of all sorts.
Yeah, it's really nice actually. It's really peaceful and it's flat and very little traffic, and it's been quite enjoyable cycling. So we've just done 105. No, we're doing about 110k now, and we're almost in Biržai, which is where we will camp for the night.
Yeah, it's been good, but I'm just ready to arrive. It's 7:15 already, and yeah, just fancy some dinner.
Yeah.
And yeah, camp.
Yeah, camping first time for a while. So since Costa Rica.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So
we decided not to wild camp on our first night. Lithuania has plenty of ticks, some of which can carry Lyme disease and tick-borne encephalitis, We'd only just had our first TBE vaccinations a week earlier, so we weren't keen to test our luck. While camping in Lithuania is a bit of a grey area, it's not completely legal, but it's not entirely legal either, and even as a Lithuanian, I wouldn't claim to fully understand all the rules. If you're thinking of wild camping here, it's definitely worth doing some research beforehand. There you go, pitch the tent and ready to have a shower. It's 9 o'clock at the moment, or nearly 9 o'clock at the moment, so it's a late one, but we didn't leave until late today, and there was a lot of headwind as well, so it was quite tough going actually. Really nice campsite here, really tidy, and they got kitchen here as well, so yeah, Steve's away to get some breakfast for tomorrow, but yeah, he'll come back, have some dinner and sleep, I guess.
This is a Lithuanian delicacy, which is kepta lietine su kumpu ir sūriu. So it's basically pancakes with ham and cheese inside, which you just put in the microwave and warm up, and voila, you have a breakfast. So that, some more here, and some barške, so the yogurt with mango for Viva and fig for me. It's also really tasty stuff. So yeah, exciting. And of course, can't forget this. Ta-da. Coffee from deep in the Colombian mountains.
Biržai is home to an impressive castle, a long history of brewing, and some of the most scenic countryside in northern Lithuania. We were excited to explore a little bit before saying goodbye to Lithuania and continuing north. What's behind you?
Biržai Castle. Very interesting looking castle. It's more like a kind of big manor house thing, but it's yeah, it was built in 16th century and been destroyed many times in the invasions by Sweden, which we didn't know that Lithuania had wars with Sweden, but it did. Yeah. So yeah, it got destroyed during that and Russian wars. So it's been built up many times, as you can tell, because it's quite modern looking and looks very well maintained actually. But a really nice wee place actually, Biržai.
Yeah. I genuinely don't want to know what Steve's doing. At least there's nobody around because he's embarrassing me.
So this is it.
Yeah, the longest pedestrian and cycling bridge in Lithuania, which is 525 meters long. Doesn't sound like much, but it's really nice actually.
Yeah.
And this is artificial lake that was created by damming two rivers, and it was kind of used for the defense back in the days. But now it's just a nice place to see and visit.
Yeah, really picturesque and lots of birds, and it's very peaceful here, which we were talking about this a minute ago, just so different to South America. Cycling vibes is crazy.
Yeah.
You're not fearing for your life every second with traffic and things like that.
No, I love this actually.
Yeah, this is much more relaxing. This is Biržai Region Park that we're in, and yeah, the regional park was made in 1992 here, and again it's just one of the things they've put in place to preserve a lot of the nature in the area, and it really works because everything's so well maintained and nice. So yeah, we're about to go up this tower, which is a very funky shape. So yeah,
32 meters tall.
32 meters.
And it's quite cool actually because there are little lakes around it, little kind of karst lakes. This area is very kind of well known for this sort of car scenery. I think there are like about 9,000 sinkholes in the area. They just randomly formed. There's a little kind of drawing here. Sinkholes in the field.
Yeah, it's really interesting actually.
But yeah, I would be scared to have a house here actually.
Yeah, but it's amazing these wee things you find when you actually pay attention to where you're going and look at the little things. Like, they've put so much effort, the EU and Lithuania in general, into all these little things just to make the place much more interesting, because otherwise you'd cycle through it and then you'd be like, more fields. But all these little places we're stopping at and seeing in these little towns and stuff, it really makes it worth it.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it's been really
Wish
good.
we had even more time actually to explore, because there's some like a nice paths in the forest that we could go for walks on, and I don't know, there's like little kind of sculptures along the road. It would be nice to like make more frequent stops, but when we're doing like big distances, it's hard to.
It's on the list, I think, a trip around Lithuania at some point.
It would be cool actually.
On the bikes,
Yeah.
definitely.
We Lithuanians have a bit of an obsession with observation towers. I think it's because the country is so flat. There are more than 30 of them scattered around Lithuania, many in regional and national parks. Each has its own unique design and offers a different perspective on a country's forests, lakes, and countryside. It's scary looking down. After 2 hours of sightseeing, it was really time to get going. We are about to leave Lithuania. The easiest border crossing ever. Well, in the last 2 years basically while traveling. So, I don't know who owns this bridge, but before the bridge was Lithuania. And then we're about to enter Latvia.